Please Believe House. Oh, today we're going to continue writing quadratic equations. So let's get started. A magical whiteboard appears. This lesson's pretty tedious. It's real steppy, okay? So stay with me. This is another assignment I made on my own. All at the beginning or the notes you need to be able to do this lesson, okay? Okay, the key on this, okay? If you were to factor, okay, go down to here. These are your factors. Remember, your zeros are opposites, okay? Your zeros and your factors. This is -9. This is a +9. This is a +2. This is a -2. Your factors and your zeros will be opposite signs, okay? Okay, so right here are my zeros. They would be 5 and -3, and then I would flip the signs to get the factors, wouldn't I? And if I multiply that out, I would get this, wouldn't I? Okay? Piece of cake right there. This really isn't a negative, okay? So x squared minus 2x minus 15. And lastly, right here, I'm going to go to here, get my factors. If you have a number in front of the x, it turns into a fraction. Remember, this is your numerator, and this is the denominator. Because you're going to move the 7 over and divide by 5, and the signs will switch. Don't forget that. The opposite of a +2 would be a -2, wouldn't it? There's words down there that will help guide you out. Okay, really quickly. To switch from a 3/4 to the factor, this goes in front of the x, and this is your constant, right? This right here, make sure you can do that. The opposite of a -2 is a +2, right? Then you multiply to get your equation. That's how you go from a 0 to a quadratic equation. So let's go down to here. Okay, the x-intercepts are -3 and 6. My zeros would be -3 and 6. That's where the parabola crosses the x-axis. And then I flip the signs to generate the factors. The factors would be x plus 3 and x minus 6. So if I multiply those, I'm going to draw my arches. X times x is x squared. 3 times -6 is minus 18. Then a plus 3x and a minus 6x would be a -3x. That would be my equation. The y-intercept would be a -18, wouldn't it? Okay? Pretty simple stuff. Let's go to number 4. Number 4, my zeros would be 3/4 and -3, right? Let's get the factors. The opposite of a -3 is a +3. The opposite of a positive is a minus. Remember, this goes in front of the x, and this is the constant. So the denominator goes in front of the x. The numerator is your constant. Then you just multiply. Okay, so I'm going to get 4x times x is 4x squared. -3 times +3 is a -9. -3x plus 12x, that's going to be a plus 9x. The y-intercept would be -9, wouldn't it? I'm going to do one more with you, okay? One more with you. Let's go to number 6. Okay? This is pretty simple stuff once you get the hang of this. So your x-intercepts are here. Your zeros are going to be -2/3 and -4. The signs will flip, won't they? So this is going to be the coefficient. 3x, the opposite of -2 is a plus, and then the 2 goes last, doesn't it? So I would move the 2 over and divide by 3. I would get the -2/3, wouldn't I? The opposite of -4 is a +4. Then you just multiply. Just draw the arches. 3x times x is 3x squared. +2 times +4 is a plus 8. I get plus 2x and plus 12x for my arch numbers. 12x plus 2x is a 14x. This right here would be my quadratic equation. So I'm going from the x-intercepts, I'm generating the factors, multiplying the factors, and getting the quadratic equation in standard form. I do not know the vertex from this, do I? But I can generate the graph of the parabola. Okay, now then turn the page and go. Make sure you're doing these so you get the repetition. Number 13 is when it gets hard, okay? No, hold on. Let's do one more on this side because we're going to flip the equation, okay? So on number 10, my zeros are -2/3 and 5. Flip the sign, so I'm going to get 3x plus 2 and x minus 5. Draw the arches. I'm going to get 3x squared minus 10 plus 2x minus 15x. That's minus 13x. That would be the equation in standard form. What if I wanted to flip the equation? I would get y equal and just change all the signs. Negative 3x squared plus 13x plus 10. This equation would be flipped, but it would still have the same x-intercepts. The vertex would be flipped across the x-axis. The x-intercepts would not change, okay? And let's go down to number 13. This is when it gets hard, okay? Okay, so in vertex form, I got the equation right here, don't I? We're going to solve for the a. We have to find the a, and remember the h flips signs, okay? So let's go to number 13. I'll do 2 of these with you. On number 13, the vertex is my h and my k, and the point is my x and my y. So I'm going to write down the equation y equals a parentheses x minus h squared plus k. I know all of these letters but a. So I'm going to plug in everything and solve for a. So my y is 3 equals, I do not know a, parentheses, my x is 10. The only thing that flips is the h. So the positive 7 will turn negative 7 squared, and then minus 6. The first thing you want to do on this is multiply this and put it in front of the a. So 10 minus 7 is 3. 3 squared is 9. So I'm going to get 3 equals 9a minus 6. Now that I'm going to move over this 6 and divide, right? So I'm going to move over this 6. 9 equals 9a, and my a is going to end up being 1 in it. Okay? So the equation is going to be y equals, I don't need to put the 1, parentheses x minus 7 squared minus 6. So I just put this and this down here, didn't I? The negative 7 and the minus 6 won't change, will it? But I'm not going to replace the y and the x. Now then, write the equation in vertex form. That's it. So this is all we have to do right here, okay? Piece of cake. A little bit more steppy if I wanted to go to standard form because I would have to switch it, okay? That's all I'm asking you to do is to go to vertex form. Let's do one more of these. Let's do number 18. Remember, label everything. So my vertex is h and k. My point is x and y. Y equals a parentheses x minus h squared plus k. Plug in everything. You won't know what the a is. And then you're going to flip the sign of the h. So my y is negative 21. My a, I don't know what the a is. Parentheses, x is 9. The h is going to flip to minus 4 squared and then plus 4. And remember, the first thing you do is this right here. So I'm going to subtract square and put it in front of the a. So negative 21 equals 9 minus 4 is 5. 5 squared is 25a plus 4. Now then, I'm going to take the 4 and move it across. I'm going to get negative 25 equals 25a, divide by 25. And my a is going to be negative 1, isn't it, right? So now that I'm going to make my vertex form. Y equals, a is negative, so just put a negative, parentheses x. This and this drop. Minus 4 squared plus 4. That's my h and my k, right? This right here would be the answer in vertex form. If we graphed it, it would be the same graph. Have a blast finishing this up. Make sure you do all the problems, okay? You've got to, if given a point and a vertex, you've got to switch that equation, okay? Make sure you can do these. Work through all the problems. If you need help, message me. I'm here for you. Remember, you are amazing. You are created to do wonderful things, and you are awesome.